Hi everybody, it's Miss Verbanic. Okay, so this is going to be your ELA lesson for week 2. So this is the second lesson for this week. At the beginning of the week, we talked a lot about linking verbs and action verbs. Remember, a verb is a doing thing. When we're talking about the action verbs, remember a noun is a person, place, or thing. Okay, so kind of going in a different direction for the end of this week. And again, next week will be a little bit of review of all these things, but I want to talk about adjectives and adverbs, okay? So what I'm going to do now is share the screen that I'm looking at. All right, so the end of this week, we should be looking at adjectives and adverbs, okay? So when we're talking about an adjective, we're talking about a word that describes a noun, okay? So remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing, okay? So like in these pictures, you can have an angry boy, a tall girl, a pink balloon, a juicy watermelon. Those words describe those things, okay? All right, like a tall building that describes a place. Okay, again, right here, I have a picture of Adam adjective, and all of these things describe Adam, because remember, he is a noun because he's a person, okay? So smart, creative, can't see what that one says, but shy, strong, kind, athletic, brown hair, okay? Even explains his shoes, red shoes, dirty shoes, okay? So these are all things that describe something, okay? So I'm gonna go on to the next slide, and this is actually something that is in your packet. So animal adjectives. So color the pictures and make a list of the adjectives that describe the animals below. Okay, I'm not going to color the pictures for you, but I just want to go through and talk about some of the animals in these pictures and talk about things that maybe we can describe the animals, okay? So in this first picture, it looks like a bird, maybe a bird with a hat on, okay? So you could say maybe a cold bird or a little bird, okay? If I colored him blue, okay, then he would be a bluebird, okay? So I could write that in, all right? So I'm gonna write the adjective blue, okay? Blue, okay? So that is something that could describe this bird, okay? If I'm looking at the next picture, okay? This is a picture of a butterfly, okay? I could draw something on the butterfly, so it doesn't even have to be a color, but I will do color for now, okay? So maybe I'll color him pink, okay? Right? So that could be another color word, which is an adjective, right? Okay, so that could be a purple butterfly, okay? Ooh, let's jump down to the spider. It kind of looks like a tarantula spider. So if I was looking at this spider, what does it look like it's on its legs? Maybe like little hairs. So I could say like a hairy spider. I could also say something that describes what he is to me. So to me, he's scary. Okay. So I could write the word scary. Can you guys think of anything else for the word or for a spider? How about a dog? This dog. Is there anything that you would like to put for the dog? Kind of looks like a friendly dog, so maybe I would write friendly. Friendly dog, okay? So all of these things describe these animals, okay? So even if I had something that wasn't an animal, okay? If I had a car, I could say that's a fast car, okay? Fast would be the adjectives. Here, let me write it out for you. So fast car, right? So the adjective would be fast, okay? All right, so I'm going to move on now to adverbs and go on with that. So we don't talk about adverbs as much as we have talked about adjectives in the past. So an adverb is a word that describes how, where, or when an action is done, okay? So look, even in the word adverb, you have the word verb, just doing, okay? So remember, the verb is something that we're doing, especially when we're talking about action verbs, okay? So if I said, let's write the word, let's see what we have over here. How about the boy jumps high, okay? So what describes how he jumps what? He jumps high, okay? Or I could say, how about the girl laughs loudly, okay? So again, in these instances, it's describing the doing, right? Okay? So looking at the sentence up here, the boy jumps high. The noun in that sentence is what? Remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing. The noun is boy. What's the boy doing? That's right, he's jumping, okay? So I'll put a little squiggle mark for that. He's jumping. Does it describe how he's jumping? It does, and that's where your adverb comes in, okay? So he's jumping high, right? Again, down here, the girl laughs loudly, okay? Girl would be their noun, remember, person, place, or thing. What's she doing? She's laughing, okay? So I'm gonna use squiggle marks to show action. Remember, this is when we're talking about our action verbs, okay? And does it describe how she's laughing? It does. So the girl laughs loudly, okay? So in these instances, these would be your adverbs, okay? Over here, we have a picture of Addie adverb, okay? And it's describing the things that she's doing, okay? How she's doing them. So she listens closely. How does she listen? Closely. Addie smiles. She smiles sweetly. So how does she smile? Sweetly, okay? Oh, they took my example. Addie jumps high. How does she jump? High. Addie runs fast. How does she run? Fast. So those would be examples of my adverbs, okay? All right, I'll do 2 of these examples for you, and I think that this should be pretty self-explanatory. Okay, it says read through these sentences, make them more interesting by adding an adverb, okay? Remember, an adverb can tell how, where, or when something has happened. So number 1, okay, let's read the sentence together. The bluebird chirped. How could we say how the bluebird chirped? What do you think? I've got one. The bluebird chirped loudly. Okay, so it's describing how the bluebird chirped, right? Okay, so what they're doing, what the bluebird is doing is chirping. And how is it chirping? Loudly. Okay, so there's my adverb, loudly. Okay, let's do number 2 together. Okay, I'll give you a second to look it over. I'm on number 2. Okay. Okay, let's read through. They laughed at the joke. They laughed at the joke. Okay, so first the sentence is a little bit longer, so maybe we could figure out what our nouns are first, okay? Okay, so our noun is a person, place, or thing. Okay, so they laughed at the joke, okay? So they, okay, that's our noun or subject. At the joke. So a joke is a thing, right? So what are they doing? What's the action verb? What are they doing? Are they making spaghetti? They're laughing. They're laughing at the joke, okay? So they are laughing, right? How could we make this more interesting? They laughed at the joke. How did they laugh? They laughed at themselves? Did they laugh loudly? Did they laugh quietly? Since I've already used the word loudly, I'm going to use the word quietly this time, okay? All right, so I'm actually going to make this font slightly smaller. So I'm going to copy the sentence. They laughed quietly at the joke. Maybe they didn't want anybody to hear that they were laughing, okay? So what are they doing? They're laughing, right? Okay, so I can underline laughed. And how did they laugh? They laughed quietly. Quietly would be my adverb, okay? All right, so I'm gonna stop here because I know that I kind of did two different things today. I kind of combined it. I know it's going over a lot in a short amount of time. So again, if you have any questions or anything like that, like if your parents have any questions, just feel free to make sure that you reach out to me. We'll talk more about adjectives and adverbs a lot more next week, but I just kind of wanted to introduce it to you today. All right? All right, you guys have a good night, okay? All right, bye-bye.